Hello, welcome back. And today we want to place the platform here and also the access ladder. Now, I'll come here and go straight to self-grid. This will help us in creating the gratings that will act as or will offer a space where the erectors will be able to stand while doing erection or fitting the canvas. Now I'll invoke that command right there and snap on this far end here. Let me just snap right there and move all the way and snap this far end here. Make sure the points are accurate, and there we are. I'll right click and click interrupt to terminate that command. Now I have this grating here and I want to just move it up slightly. I'll move it from that corner here. I want that corner to flash right with this corner here because it will be confined within these two steel angle profile. So these two this angle profile are bolted on top of these beams, though the bolts are not placed, but I'll place them later on. But it will be bolted on this beam, and all the way to the other end. And this billboard it can be disassembled and transferred to another site. That's why all the joints are bolted now, and it can be carried anywhere, anytime. If the site location maybe has issues, or maybe the site location has become expensive, and you can dismantle it and go and assemble it elsewhere. So that's why on top of the platform here, I've just created the grating. So the grating will be confined within the bolted angle profile on top of these beams you're seeing on top here. Now I've placed my grating or platform on top here. I can just turn that round so that you can see the platform. This platform, its main purpose is just to provide a standing space or an area for the erectors to do the erection and also to fit the canvas. Now, I also want to provide access ladder from here, but normally they should note this: accessing the upper side of the billboard should not be made easily by anyone, because the access should be made kind of difficult to access, so that it doesn't permit an unpermitted personnel to go up. So accessing the top end should not be made easy, so you have to struggle. So the process of struggling, someone passing by will notice that this is not the person that should be here, and alarm must be raised. So that's why you see the access ladder tends to be far away from access. So I want to place another ladder. I want to place a ladder here for accessing the top platform of this particular structure. Now I want just to first of all locate the guiding point. So I'll come to edit, then come to point, then I'll come to any position there. So I want to snap on that spot. So this point I want to offset it up by 500 or 400 upward. So I'll come here and type 400, but any other axis should remain at 0. So let me just go ahead and click copy. So once it's up here, I want to give it an offset below and make sure from the 0, 0 level I have a space. I have a space from 0 level, and I need approximately 2 meters. Now I'll right click and come to spatial copy and take it down by 5 meters, because the reason why it should be 2 meters away, to avoid even the kids trying to climb the ladder to access the advertising billboard structure, which is dangerous for kids. Now let me just type 5 meters there, and since the full height is 7.4, 5 will be okay. So I'll go ahead and prefix this 5 meter by negative sign and click copy. It will move downward. So this is just a guiding point where I'll be able to define my ladder. So to get the ladder to the ladder macro, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just type L ladder there and scroll down to look for the exact tool that will help me, or the exact macro for the ladder. I'll double click in here, and this is the macro, a cage ladder, but we'll not actually use a cage ladder because we don't need a cage, just need a normal ladder. I'll come here because I had previously created my ladder and saved that, so that I don't want to go back and forth creating one. So just click on this drop down arrow and pick that L1 and click load. So if I click load, all the settings will be in place. So you can see the settings are there. You can see the 200. If I come to parts, you can see that. Come to parameters, you can see the arrangement here. If I come to cage, I've not set anything. I just left it at that. So I'll go ahead and click apply and give it an OK. So I want to use this far end point and move all the way to the bottom end here. So if I snap right there and give it some time to place the ladder, I'll be able to get my ladder in place. So if I click on empty screen, I'll be able to see, I'll be able to have my ladder in place. You can see that. So this is how it looks. So we'll give it a slight offset of the surface of our, because as it is now, you can see it's clashing with this stiffener. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift it slightly frontward so that it make it away from this stiffener. So I'm going to select on it, then right click and come to spatial move and pick on linear. So to move it away, we take note on the positions of XYZ axis. So I use X axis to feed maybe 100 millimeter right there, and prefix that with a negative sign because you are going against the position, the direction of X axis. So I'll just go ahead and click OK. So that will take it off the joint here, so it will not be clashing at all with that joint. So that's how it looks, and that's how it should be. So also the supporting frame that will be connecting this ladder to the main column, to the main circular hollow section that will be placed later on. So I'll show you how we can work with that. So that's how you can create your platform and also create a ladder, access ladder. So the 2 meter I was talking about is from here to the end here. So let's just confirm that. I'll come to edit and to access the measuring distance. So I'll just snap on that and snap anywhere there, and you can see this is 2.4 meters. That's slightly above the normal height of a human being. So that bars away from intruders to access this particular structure unpermitted. Now I'll click interrupt, and you can see there's some symbols of welding, and it makes our structure busy and crowded. So we can disable those symbols of welding there. You can see this one. What I'm talking about are these blue things, and on top here you can see the symbols of welding. So to disable that, just double click on empty screen and disable the visibility and click modify. And if it doesn't appear, just come to and click display. Click on display right there and try and activate back and check that and click modify, and check it once again and click modify, and those symbols will disappear. You can see that. You can see the symbols have disappeared. Symbols of welding has disappeared. So let's right click and redraw, and also to let this points to go away. You may close that. So if I come to navigate, and I'll be able to rotate that, and you can see the platform is on top right there. So you can access that platform by finding your restricted passage through that ladder to the platform, and direction will be sequential for you to be able to access the top end of this particular frame here. Now that's how it's done, and let's meet on the next presentation, where we'll be adding some bracings on top of the two steel frame for the canvas. Let's meet then. Bye bye. This is Maurice Dimba, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.